I literally just throw the American flag on the ground when I'm not using it. Actually, it falls off because I just opened my shit with it on. I put my life on the line for you people. All right, I gotta look at the shot now. This is the first one I'm doing with the Shure. God, I hope it's good, or I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna call director's commentary, I guess. I've been thinking about wanting to do some exclusive Patreon stuff, and the struggle I come up with is that I want my ideas to spread as far as possible, and so putting them behind a paywall is like the opposite of that. So that's why like main videos and informational stuff and like things that are like super funny or good, I want to just put that all out publicly. But I came up with this idea because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that is on the cutting room floor of these videos as far as like things I wanted to talk about, things I wanted to mention, the why. And I think that a lot of people in the Discord are, for example, and a lot of the people that are subscribing to your Patreon are starting to think about creating too. And so I guess I thought that this might be a good way to, talk more like bluntly about the way I think about things and like the topics themselves and kind of just give some additional context. I thought that it would be good. I also don't want a lot of that like going publicly to everybody because I feel more comfortable talking about that with people who are paying me money because you are invested in me more than anyone else. So it also like these are also things that, you know, random people that are watching shorts aren't as interested in. And many of the people who are subscribing to Patreon have talked about wanting longer videos. So this is maybe a supplemental way to do like maybe like a monthly longer video, depending on, you know, the topics and all of that, for you. And by long, you know, maybe 10 minutes or whatever, or 5 minutes, you know, it'll probably vary. The last full video I was working on was actually a video about the different like reasons that there is this gender gap in motorcycles. And that's actually why I did the video about genetics, was because it was a precursor, in my opinion. I needed to have this precursor video that investigated and just eliminated the whole like, it's genetic. Women are just genetically not interested in motorcycles. So that's actually why I did that one first. And there was almost no like gender specific pieces in reality, even claimed. I mean, people who say that are basically just like, it's just the people that are like, motorcycles aren't for girls. Like it's like that level of person that generally says that, but is more or less what I found. So there is no genetic thing. And then I watched a lot of different clips from people who talked about, and I found clips of women talking about it, and they all had the same things. And one of them was the gear. I did that a while back. Because this is the one I wanted to make that I didn't really know how to come at. And I finally, after like almost a year of making shorts, I finally felt confident enough to do that. It's fucking cold in here. Part of the reason I struggled with it, because I didn't know how to position it to the people. Because I want to speak to the right, I want to speak to people and I want to speak to them at their level in a way that they're going to engage with it. I just want to be like, hey, creeper motherfuckers, stop it. You know, like that doesn't change anything. And I also see the agents of change as not the people themselves. Those people do watch my videos. They're the ones that are bitching about the flags from behind. But they watch, but more than that, their friends around them, those are the people that watch me. The people that are not assholes, the people that are aware of it, that are maybe a little meek or timid or not really sure what to do about it. And I wanted to try to empower those people. And that's what this message is trying to do. I am trying to get those people to have conversations in the same way that I did that with the guy who kicked the one wheel. You know, like obviously, you know, that putting that guy in jail or calling the cops or suing him, like those are obvious solutions that everybody knows, you know. But like what really needs to happen is that those things are happening all the time on video or off video, and people aren't doing about it. So that's what this is about. That's why I did it. And I hope it's good. I hope that I got a lot of good responses from the other one about gear. I'm hoping to get a lot of good responses from women about this one. Obviously, all of us motorcycle riders know that lane splitting is good for everyone. A lot of you I know watch other YouTubers like Strong Towns and fucking Not Just Bikes and all, you know, all these other kind of like nerdy civil engineering types, you know. And that's, you know, that's my wheelhouse too. It's a little boring. I like Climate Town. Climate Town's my favorite. But he's Raleigh Williams is great, or Raleigh whatever is great. This is me trying to transform some of this into a message that I can be handing to people. Again, you've probably figured this out, but I am reading my comments specifically to find arguments that I need to make a short for. And so this is the one that's like, hey man, it's not really just about motorcycles, because again, a lot of people are struggling with thinking in systems, which obviously our traffic system, our traffic is a system. People think of it as a line. They just think of it as a line. And I mentioned it on Reddit. You say, I mention it all the time. I'm like, what is a road for? And I say it's like a logistical system to transport people, and people are like, "You're so fucking stupid," and they have no definition of their own, other than a line, basically. So I don't know. It's a long battle, but I'm trying to give the language to other people too. That is a lot of what my lane splitting videos are about now. It's from the frame of me talking to that person, but really I'm talking to is everyone who's kind of already on board and is having those conversations separately. Again, that's why they're only a minute, because all of these conversations are only going to be a minute anyway. A minute or two with your fuckhead buddies. At the end of the day, I'm just asking you to help me help you. Help me help you. I wanted to do the whole Jerry Maguire thing, but RIP. I end up cutting a lot of jokes from these videos because they just don't work for time. I'm trying to pack stuff in. So what about the homeless? I mean, this was literally just seeing a post in Reddit and thinking, reading the comment, and let me read what the comment said, just because I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to put it in the video. I'm not going to read it. But basically what it said was that some commenter was like, I know this person and they are constantly harassed by the police. And I wish that there was a way that we could just, get them off the fucking list so that they weren't harassed anymore. And it's like, bro, that's not how this works. Nobody gives a fuck. You have to not do this. And again, I think because I come from a space of having 2 motorcycles stolen, I don't have this malice towards people. I understand the reasons why, theft is happening. Of course, I did that video on theft that explained how this is stolen motorcycles aren't sitting at camps for long periods of time out in the open. That's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. And I think somebody shared in my Discord, somebody shared a guy in Portland who was, following this one guy, and he had this whole YouTube channel where he was talking about following this dude who's some guy who's stealing bikes, or he's alleges stealing bikes or whatever, but it's
Alan Sebastian Baker, aka Blackbird, is Portland's worst motorcycle thief. And I have personally been dealing with him since November of 2021 was the first time I met him.
Yeah, I remember that happened. I'll move it in a moment. Just wanted to make sure these guys are okay with everything before I did.
Babe. Babe.
What?
Wants to say goodbye. Yes, you got a company.
Are you gonna take him? Or you're gonna take it for fucking illegally parking?
Guys, I'm gonna move my car out of the way and just pull it around the block over here. Is that okay?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't like it. The vigilanteism, again, the blaming, just the way he talked about the guy. It's just very dehumanizing language. And so I want to try to help that. And a lot of people that are watching me are not in cities, and the only exposure they get to homeless people and stuff and these types of city problems is, from arm's length. Tesla, yeah, fuck Elon Musk. I mean, obviously, fuck that guy. He's ruined Twitter. He destroyed the third-party client. You may not know this. I'm a long-time Twitter user. I started using Twitter when I worked for Best Buy. Best Buy actually started a support program where it encouraged employees to become part of the 12th Force. Twitter help, lol. I have a pin. I was a Geek Squad agent, so I was a manager at the time. I was a manager of a Geek Squad at the time, and I would just sit on the computer and manage people, and then respond to comments. It created this small community of other Geek Squad people at corporate office and stuff that I engaged with. It was a really cool thing, and I had an interaction with Edward Snowden through Twitter where he said I made some joke about him being frail and looking like an OPSEC, like a fucking geek physically, and apparently it made his wife laugh, who she then pointed it at me, and he like commented. And I was like, the fact that I could, like, Twitter enabled me to make a guy. Ed Snowden is one of like the few people in my life that I look up to, and I'm, again, not like a deity, but like I respect him immensely for having a set of principles that he, you know, committed to fully. Like, that is the life that I want to lead as well, that I am trying to lead as well. So to be able to use for that tool, to be able to allow me to bring him some sort of, you know, minor amount of happiness or attention, and like to have that interaction, like that is like the magic that Twitter was. And that, of course, just died with all the algorithms and everything that fucking these companies have ruined. Like, the moment they took away the, like, it became an algorithmic thing, I was just like, oh, this is the fucking end. So I use Twitter through a client called Tweetbot on iPhone and Mac and stuff. And I've always used that, and it allowed me to view it all chronologically. And like, it was missing a lot of features. I never saw ads, like, and he killed it. He killed it 2 weeks ago. And so I'm like, I'm not giving up on Twitter, but, oh shit, I gotta go. Hold on. Had to go eat lunch. Takes me like, so each video takes like 10 minutes to record. I do 8. So that's an hour of recording plus like a half hour of like probably setup and tear down. And then, yeah, this is a pretty time consuming process. And then this part, which I'm riffing into a microphone for 10 or 20 minutes. Anyway, woe is me. Oh yeah, I was finishing up Tesla. Anyway, Elon ruined Twitter. Fuck that guy. I'm in a tech job, man. I know how computers and shit work. Like, it just seems like what Tesla is doing with all this autopilot shit, like, this does not seem safe to me. And again, like, the frustrating part is it's targeting a community of people that I consider to be, you know, vulnerable. I mean, motorcycles are vulnerable on the roadways, and there's already biases. There's already a big issue of people not giving a shit about motorcycle riders living or dying. And yeah, we need more attention on this. I want to talk. I want to shit on Elon Musk even more. So I'm just waiting for more reasons to do that. Video came up when that motorcycle rider crash with those 7 people happened in New Hampshire, and people were just like, I didn't follow it close enough until the end, and then I kind of went through and read through things, and like, I couldn't believe that people were like, the front driver, because he got smacked and like died at the scene, right? They like I guess they tested his blood alcohol, and he was like a 0.16 or something. And I just couldn't believe the people that were like, oh, it was definitely his fault. He was drunk, so he definitely went over the line, you know? And then like, people just have like just a weird, we've just been trained to demonize people. And so again, as another part of building empathy with people and trying to get people to see the larger picture, that like, it's not as like someone who's drunk and crashes into something. It's never that simple. There are other things involved. There's a reason that a lot of drunk driving crashes happen at night, because visibility is also a problem, right? It's layers of risk, and alcohol and weed and like being under intoxication is just one of the things that amplifies risk. And getting people to be able to accurately understand their own cognitive ability and their own driving ability is, to me, the real solution to drunk driving, on top of making a better world, a better life, where people are hopefully doing better drugs, in all honesty, like S-tier drugs, not alcohol. You know, I don't really like alcohol personally. Like, I do it, but like, I try to do it only like once a week, because I feel like shit. Like, weed doesn't have that effect. S-tier drugs, psychedelics, don't have these same effects. They have other effects, but like, I think alcohol is like not a good drug, but it's the one we have. So people abuse it and use it, especially when they can't get things like therapy. I've been wanting to talk about drugs behind the wheel for a while. So we're going to see if this is, see how this goes. Again, another one I'm just like, am I going to get the fuck away with this? How to Beta Help Doctor came up because I saw that video of that one near me. I think someone shared it with me, and I was like, oh, fuck. It is, I'm not fucking with you. It is like not very far from my house. It is that is a roadway that I have definitely been on many times. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep that in mind for sure. I just thought it was funny. And again, stretching, what the fuck can I get away with on YouTube? This is another one of those videos that I'm not going to be at all surprised if it gets 18, like, age gated. Because I think I'm already skirting the line as far as, like disobeying the police. And the only reason I think it skirts, like, YouTube's policy already is because there's just so much shit going on right now with cops. And that's like, you know, anyway. I wouldn't be surprised. I had some videos actually get age gated later. The chop one I linked to, I think, got age gated later on after I relinked to it from another one of my shorts. So their algorithms are like going back and changing that shit. Sucks, but whatever. What are you gonna do? I don't have options. I'm excited to talk about the moto parks thing. One, I think that moto parks should just exist. I think it's totally insane that, like, we don't have, like, the way we have skate parks, that we just don't have motorcycle parks. It wouldn't take that much space. There's so much space in downtown Seattle, in the south downtown area, SoDo. That's just trash. Like, it's just, they're parking lots that are never full unless there's a Seahawks game or something. And that's just not good. I mean, it's just such a waste of effort. And that's where people are going anyway. When I go on the stunt rides around here, that's the places that we're driving through anyway. So why not just transform that? Seems obvious and easy and cheap to me. If you're calling the cops on homeless people, then you probably believe that insurance works. So you're just padding the giant corporation's bottom line by recovering it anyway. It's not reducing your premiums, my dude. Anyway, give me your feedback on this. I would love your feedback on horizontal versus vertical. I started horizontal, but I'm now, after doing it, I'm kind of rethinking that maybe I should have just done the whole thing vertical. But I figured because it's going to play in the default YouTube video player that it would look better horizontally. Okay. Well, I'll write that up and I'll see you in the comments and Discord and shit.